Hello friends, hope you all are well today. In last video lecture, we studied about male and the female reproductive system. Today, we will study more about a reproductive cycle or the periodic cycle, or it is also called menstrual cycle. Let's see what it is. Let's study why this cycle is important in the female. What is the purpose of this cycle? This cycle is required for the production of oocyte or the female gamete and for the preparation of uterus for the pregnancy. The first period usually begins between the 12 to 13 years of the age. It is known as menarche. It is the first menstruation or first menstrual cycle or the first bleeding period in female. It marks the puberty and signal for possibilities of fertility. The age of the menarche it depends upon female biology, which include genetic, environmental factor, and especially the nutritional factors. So the age of the menarche is different. It may be 13, 12.5, 12.7, or the 12.9 years. The average age it is considered as 12.7. Menopause it is the time that marks the end of menstrual cycle. At the age of 40 to 45 years, this time it reach. During this time, the woman cannot menstruate in 12 consecutive months and no longer become pregnant naturally. Let us study about the features of menstrual cycle or the ovarian cycle. It is characteristic feature of primate and the human. It involves the series of cyclic changes in the ovary as well as in the female reproductive tract. It is an effect of gonadotropin and the ovarian hormones. It is a periodic cycle. It is completed in 28 days. This is the average period it is given. It may varies, depends upon the female to female and its physical condition. The middle of each cycle, the egg it is released. The egg is coming from alternate one of the two ovaries in every cycle. Let us study about the different phases of the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle, it is divided into main two phases, follicular phase and the secretory phase. Follicular phase, further it is divided into three phases. Menstrual phase, it lasts for 5 days. Second phase, it is a proliferative phase. It is from the day 5 to day 13. Ovulatory phase, this is the phase it comes on the 14th day of menstrual cycle. And the last phase, it is the secretory phase. It starts from the day 15 and it ends at the day 28. So this is the typical cycle in which here the 28-day cycle in which we can find these different phases. Let us study about the menstrual phase. It is the first phase in the menstrual cycle. It is happen when ovulated egg, if it is not get fertilized in the fallopian tube, then the menstrual phase it begins. During the menstrual phase, the endometrium, that is innermost lining of the uterus, it breaks. In this wall, blood vessels are present. Blood vessel, they also get break, tissue fluid, mucus, and the unfertilized egg which comes in the uterus, it get flushed. The period of this phase, it is for 1 to 5 days. That's why this phase, it is also called as a bleeding phase, as the blood, it is released from the uterus. The blood, it maintains its flow because it does not get clot, as the blood is having the enzyme fibrinolysin. So in 5 days, this blood flow, it is maintained from uterus. Blood get flushed out through the body, through vagina. Student, look at the picture. In this animated picture, we can see the egg, it is released from the ovary. It comes into the fallopian tube. In the fallopian tube, the sperm is not available for the process of fertilization, and that's why unfertilized egg, it reached to the uterus. And the endometrium, which is a red color part in this diagram, this endometrium, it breaks, and along with that endometrium, this unfertilized egg, it gets flushed out through the vagina. That is the menstrual phase. Student, the next phase of the menstrual cycle, it is the proliferative phase. In this phase, the follicles, it start growing. The primary follicles present in the ovary, they start growing to primary follicles. Primary follicles, they develop into the secondary follicles. This all the changes or the growth, it is all because of the hormones which is coming from pituitary gland. These hormones are the gonadotropins. Okay, these hormones, they react on ovaries. They stimulate the ovaries. You can see in this animated picture how this anterior pituitary gland hormones, that is the FSH and the LH, it act on this ovary, and in the ovary we can find this growth of the follicles. So the primordial follicle, it grow into the primary follicle. Primary follicle, it grow into the secondary follicle. So in this chart we can see the primordial follicle, primary follicles, and the secondary follicle or the developing follicles. Now in the ovary, the secondary follicles, they are present. Here at a time 3 to 5 secondary follicles, they are developed. But out of that, the single, it is selected. And the rest all, they get degenerated. They get dry. And those follicle, it is called as asteracia. Proliferative phase, it is under the control of hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. Look at the figure. Hypothalamus, it releases the hormone GHRH, that is the gonadotropin releasing factor or gonadotropin releasing hormone. When GHRH, it is released from the hypothalamus, then and then only pituitary gland, it will be active. So this releasing factor, it stimulates the anterior pituitary gland. Anterior pituitary gland, it releases the FSH, that is the follicle stimulating hormone. So in the proliferative phase, the FSH, it is coming from anterior pituitary gland. Its target organ, it is the ovary. It stimulates the ovary for the growth of the follicles. So in presence of the FSH, the primordial follicle, it is converted into primary follicles, and from the primary follicle, they convert into secondary follicles. So the growth of the follicle, it is depend or it is under the control of FSH. The secondary follicle, then they fully develop into the tertiary follicles. It is called Graafian follicle. FSH, not only it controls the development of the follicle, but it also controls the growth of the endometrium. Student, we know in the menstrual phase, the endometrium, that is innermost lining of the uterus, it becomes 1 mm thick. Now, in the proliferative phase, this thickness, it is increased. The growth of the endometrium, it is seen. And this growth, it is about 3 to 5 centimeter. Next phase, it is the ovulatory phase. It is the shortest phase. It occurs on the 14th day of menstrual cycle. On this day, the LH hormone, its level is very high. LH, it is a luteinizing hormone which is released from pituitary gland. When the follicles are fully developed, the FSH level, it is dropped down, and the secretion of LH hormone, it is seen from the anterior pituitary gland. In presence of LH, ovary, it get burst and the egg, it is released. The phase, it is called as ovulatory phase. Student, look at these animated pictures that will help to understand the process of ovulation and how this egg, it is collected into the fallopian tube with the help of fimbriae. Let us study about the last phase of the menstrual cycle, that is the secretory phase or the luteal phase. It is last for 14th day. Even though the cycle, it varies the days. In some female, the menstrual cycle, it is for 25 days. In some female, it is for 28 days or for the 30 days. As some female, they may have this menstrual cycle for the 40 days also. Even though the days they are varies, the secretory phase, it is the fix and it is for 14th days. So during this phase, there are the uterine changes are also taking place as well as the ovarian changes, they are also taking place. So what are the uterine changes? We can see or we can study with the help of this diagram. Look at the first diagram. In the first diagram, it is shown the uterine changes. We have studied in the menstrual phase, the endometrium, that is innermost layer of the uterus, it is broken down, it gets burst and it comes along with the menstruation. That time the lining of the uterus, it is just 1 mm thick. In the follicular phase, the uterine, that is endometrium, it start growing and it reach about 3 to 5 mm in thickness. The growth of this endometrium, still it is continued in the ovulatory phase also. In secretory phase, this thickness of the endometrium, it is reach about 8 to 10 mm in thickness. Now endometrium, it is ready for the implantation. So the implantation, it is the process in which the zygote which is produced, this zygote get embedded into the endometrium wall. So for the implantation, now the uterus, it is ready. So during this phase, the endometrium thickness, it is 8 to 10 mm in thickness. After the release of the egg or the oocyte from the Graafian follicle or from the mature follicle, the empty follicle, it remains, in which only the follicular cells are present. Now this follicular cell, it stops the secretion of the estrogen. Before the ovulation, the follicular cell, they secrete the estrogen hormone, that is the female sex hormone. But after the release of the egg, after the process of the ovulation, this follicle, now it changed into the endocrine cells and the follicle, it is now termed as a corpus luteum. The corpus luteum, this is the structure it is produced in the secretory phase. As the corpus luteum, it is a secretory in nature, the phase it is termed as a secretory phase. Corpus luteum, it secretes the hormone progesterone. If the pregnancy is maintained, the corpus luteum, its life, it is increased. But if the pregnancy is not maintained, the corpus luteum, it gets shrink into the white scar-like structure, and it is called as a corpus albicans. The formation of the corpus albicans, it marks the beginning of the next menstrual cycle. So all these changes we can find in this chart. So look at the chart and you understood what are the changes which is taking place in the ovary during the secretory phase. The presence of the HCG, that is the human chorionic gonadotrophin hormone, it is released from the placenta. It present in the blood when the pregnancy is maintained. So the presence of the HCG in the blood or the urine, it is the indicator of the pregnancy. So in the pregnancy test, what is detected? The presence of HCG hormone, it is detected if in the blood or in the urine, then that female, it is indicated as a pregnant female. In menstrual cycle, hypothalamus play very important role. Hypothalamus, it releases the hormone gonadotrophin releasing hormone. It acts on the anterior pituitary gland, or it stimulates the anterior pituitary gland to release FSH, that is the follicle stimulating hormone. In presence of follicle stimulating hormone, the ovary gets stimulated for the formation of primary follicles. In ovary, primordial follicles are present. In presence of FSH, this primordial follicle, now they will start developing into primary follicles, then into secondary follicles, and then to the tertiary follicles or the mature follicles. In mature follicle, the granulosa cells are developed. Those granulosa cells, they start releasing the hormone estrogen. Estrogen, it is a female sex hormone. It is responsible to give secondary sexual characters in the female. Increased level of estrogen hormone, which is secreted by granulosa cells of the Graafian follicle present in the ovary, it gives negative feedback to hypothalamus to stop the release of gonadotrophin releasing hormone for FSH. As the releasing factor for the FSH, it is reduced. Anterior pituitary gland, it reduces the secretion of FSH. FSH level is dropped down, that stimulate the hypothalamus to release the gonadotrophin releasing hormone for LH. In presence of this releasing factor, anterior pituitary gland now gets stimulated to release the LH, that is the luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone, it target on the ovary. In the ovary, Graafian follicle is matured. In presence of LH, this mature Graafian follicle, it get burst, and the process of ovulation, it is complete. When the ovulation takes place, the oocyte get released from the Graafian follicle. Now, in the Graafian follicle, only the granulosa cells are present. The follicle, which is having only the granulosa cells, now this follicle, it is called as corpus luteum. The granulosa cells, they change their role. They becomes endocrine. And now the structure, it is called as corpus luteum, which is responsible for the secretion of hormone progesterone, and little extent estrogen is also secreted from these cells. These two hormones, they are important for maintaining the pregnancy. Student, we have studied that there are the different hormones which are responsible for the control of the different phases of the menstrual cycle. That can be summarized with the help of this chart. Student, now we will see the main highlights of menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle has the 4 phases. On 14th day of menstrual cycle, ovulation takes place. After the ovulation, the body temperature of the female it will little increased till the formation of corpus luteum. It is about 37 degrees centigrade. On 14th day, we can find the peak of LH hormone. The increased level of FSH we can find before this peak of LH. The estrogen level is also high before the ovulation. After the ovulation, the level of progesterone hormone it is increased. After the ovulation also, the endometrium thickness it is quite increased. This is all about the menstrual cycle. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, subscribe this channel.